Welcome to Norse Social Stories. In today's episode, we're going to peel back the layers of Viking history and uncover the hidden stories of Viking women. These women, often overshadowed by their male counterparts, were crucial to the very fabric of Viking society. From the fearless Shieldmaidens who fought bravely in battle to the women who held families and communities together, their strength, intelligence, and resilience shaped the Viking world in ways that often go unnoticed. Now, you may be familiar with the tales of great Viking kings and warriors, but today, we turn the spotlight on the powerful women who stood beside them, sometimes as leaders, sometimes as warriors, but always as an integral part of Viking culture. So, join me as we dive deep into the world of Viking women, shield maidens, warriors, leaders, and the unsung heroes of Viking society. Introduction to shield maidens. When we think of Viking warriors, we usually imagine strong, fearsome men with broad swords and imposing shields. But the role of women in Viking battles is just as crucial, and the shield maiden is a symbol of that power. A shield maiden was a woman who took up arms to fight alongside men, defending her people, her family, and her honor. While the term shield maiden itself is rooted in sagas, the realness of women fighting is supported by evidence found in archaeological digs and historical accounts. Some of the most famous shield maidens are not only warriors, but also leaders who commanded respect from their comrades and enemies alike. Take Lagertha, for example, a shield maiden whose story is well documented in Viking sagas. According to the tale, Lagertha was a skilled fighter and the first wife of Ragnar Lothbrok, one of the most famous Viking kings. She wasn't just a passive figure in the saga. She actively fought in battle, wielding a sword and shield, earning her place as a respected warrior. Her strength and bravery were so remarkable that even Ragnar, the mighty Viking king, had to bow to her will. But Lagertha was just one of many. The Viking sagas are filled with references to shield maidens who played pivotal roles in battle and leadership, showing that these women weren't just symbols, they were real, courageous, and revered. The role of women in Viking society. Beyond their roles as warriors, Viking women were central to the functioning of society. In Viking culture, the family was the core unit of society, and women held the responsibility of keeping that unit strong. Viking women were often the backbone of the household, managing everything from food production, craftsmanship, to child rearing. But their roles didn't stop there. Women had a significant influence in the political sphere. The Viking assemblies, known as Althings, were an important part of the decision-making process, and women could, in some cases, participate in these gatherings. Some women even held property rights and were entitled to divorce and remarry rights that were remarkably progressive for their time. One powerful example is Audi the Deep-Minded. Aud was an Icelandic settler who became one of the most influential women of her time. She was a landowner, a leader, and a woman who played a significant role in establishing Iceland's early settlements. Her story proves that Viking women could rise to positions of power, shaping not just their families, but the future of entire regions. Another example is Freydis Eiríksdóttir, the daughter of Eric the Red and sister to Leif Erikson. In the early 11th century, Freydis led an expedition to North America, showing immense bravery. She fought off attackers and helped her crew survive in the harsh conditions. Her leadership during this journey showed that Viking women were not only nurturers, but could also be formidable leaders and survival experts. Famous Viking women warriors in history. Now let's take a closer look at some of the most famous Viking women warriors. Viking history is filled with tales of women who defied the traditional roles and took to the battlefield with sword in hand and fearless hearts. Lagertha, already mentioned, is one of the most iconic shield maidens. not just because of her combat prowess, but because of her leadership skills. She was described as leading a battle formation, showing her strategic mind as much as her skill in combat. Her courage wasn't just in battle, it was in the way she led her people through difficult circumstances. Then there's Freydis Eiriksdottir, the daughter of Eric the Red and sister of Leif Erikson, who proved that women could lead expeditions across vast distances, survive harsh conditions, and protect their people. Freydis's story is one of bravery and toughness, as she defended her crew from hostile natives with a ferocious battle cry and sheer will. Let's not forget about Kraka, who was said to be a legendary shield maiden in Scandinavian folklore. Her ability to lead and fight was legendary, and her prowess in battle was often compared to that of the greatest Viking warriors. The rituals and traditions surrounding Viking women. While women warriors are a significant part of Viking history, Viking women also played crucial roles in the spiritual life of their communities. They participated in rituals and ceremonies that honored the gods, ensuring the success of Viking raids, battles, and daily life. Women in Viking society were often the ones who would lead these spiritual ceremonies. They held the spiritual authority in their homes and villages, leading worship services, offering sacrifices, and interpreting the will of the gods. Some Viking women were even considered to have shamanic powers, using their divination skills to guide Viking warriors before battles. In addition to their religious roles, women had a significant part in Viking social life. They maintained the health of the community by keeping the fires burning, preparing meals, and ensuring that the community's bonds were strong. Their roles as caretakers and nurturers were intertwined with their spiritual influence. Viking women were far more than just figures in the background of Viking history. They were warriors, leaders, mothers, and visionaries who shaped the culture, survival, and success of the Vikings. From shield maidens on the battlefield to women leaders in political and religious circles, Viking women showed time and again that strength is not limited by gender. These women have been largely forgotten in the traditional Viking narrative, but they played a vital role in shaping the Viking legacy. Their bravery, wisdom, and unwavering dedication to their people continue to inspire us to this day. If you found this exploration into the incredible lives of Viking women fascinating, please like, subscribe, and share this video with those who might be just as fascinated with Viking history as you are. Join us next time on Norse Social Stories, where we continue to unveil more hidden stories of Viking culture and history.